Hello, everyone. In today's video, you'll discover why it's important to stop eating sugar. But before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any new tips and advice that benefit your health. Let's talk about something that's in almost everything we eat: sugar. It might be hard to imagine life without it, but did you know that sugar, the kind we add to coffee or that's hidden in cakes and sweets, might not be so good for our health? Let's understand why. First, refined sugar, the white stuff we add to food, isn't just a villain when it comes to calories. It can cause some serious problems in our bodies. When we eat too much sugar, our blood glucose levels rise, and the body needs to release a lot of insulin to handle this excess. Over time, this can lead to problems like diabetes. And there's more. Sugar can turn into fat, especially the kind that builds up in the liver and around organs. Do you know what that means? A higher risk of diseases like fatty liver disease, or fatty liver. That doesn't sound good, right? Now, let's imagine something else. What about the foods we eat every day? Many people think only sweets contain sugar, but that's not true. Some foods that aren't even that sweet, like bread, cakes, and even potatoes, have carbohydrates that turn into sugar in our bodies. So, even if you don't add sugar to your coffee, that little piece of bread you eat could be making your body store fat and harm your health. But don't worry. We're not saying you need to cut out all carbs from your life. The idea is to understand that excess sugar, whether it's refined sugar or hidden in other foods, can be a problem. And that's why it's worth considering ways to reduce your intake of this villain. For example, when you cut out sugar, one of the first things that happen is an improvement in your blood fat levels, especially triglycerides. High triglycerides increase the risk of serious problems like heart disease and even pancreas inflammation, which can lead to a condition called acute pancreatitis. So, cutting out sugar isn't just about losing weight, it's also a way to take care of your body from the inside out. And look, we're not talking about crazy diets that cut out all carbs, like the ketogenic diet. Not at all. The idea is simple. Avoid refined sugar and foods that are real bombs of simple carbohydrates. By doing this, you'll already be taking a big step toward improving your health. And this is just the beginning. In the next steps, we'll discover more amazing benefits of reducing sugar and, of course, how to do it in a way that works for you. After all, the most important thing is to take care of your health in a way that fits into your daily life. Check out the 10 benefits of stopping sugar consumption for your body and mind. Now that we understand why sugar can be harmful, let's talk about what happens to the body and mind when we decide to cut sugar from our diet. Improved energy. Have you ever felt super tired right after eating something sweet? That happens because sugar gives you an energy spike that quickly crashes, leaving you more tired than before. When you stop eating sugar, this energy roller coaster stabilizes. Your body starts using healthier energy sources, like good fats, and your energy stays steady throughout the day. This means less drowsiness after lunch and more energy to do what you love. Better mood. You know that bad mood that shows up out of nowhere? It could be linked to sugar consumption. When we eat too much sugar, it messes with the brain's chemistry, making us feel bad when blood sugar levels drop. By cutting out sugar, your mood stabilizes, and you may notice that you feel happier and less irritable throughout the day. Better sleep quality. Sugar can also mess with our sleep. When we eat a lot of sugar, it interferes with hormones that control sleep, like melatonin. Without sugar, your body can better regulate these hormones, and you may start having more peaceful nights of sleep and wake up feeling more rested. Skin health. And there's more. Sugar is linked to premature skin aging. When we consume too much sugar, it binds to proteins in the body in a process called glycation. This can damage collagen, which is what keeps the skin firm and youthful. When you cut out sugar, your skin becomes healthier, with less acne and a natural glow. Weight loss. Another important benefit is weight loss. Since sugar turns into fat in the body, when you stop consuming it, you naturally start shedding those extra pounds. And the best part, no need for restrictive diets or starving yourself. Just cut down on sugar, and your body will start burning stored fat. Improved digestion. Cutting out sugar also does wonders for your digestive system. Sugar can feed bad bacteria in the gut, causing bloating, gas, and even more serious problems like irritable bowel syndrome. Without sugar, these bad bacteria decrease, and your gut functions better. The result? Less discomfort and a flatter belly. Reduced risk of chronic diseases. One of the biggest benefits of quitting sugar is reducing the risk of chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even some types of cancer. This happens because, without sugar, your body works more efficiently, with less inflammation and less stress on the cells. Better focus and concentration. Without the energy spikes and crashes caused by sugar, your brain can concentrate better. This is great for studying, working, or even enjoying leisure time. You'll notice it's easier to focus on tasks, and your mind feels clearer. Oral health. And let's not forget about dental health. Sugar is the main culprit for cavities. By stopping sugar consumption, you protect your teeth and avoid those annoying visits to the dentist to fix oral problems. This means less tooth pain and a brighter smile. A longer, healthier life. Finally, cutting out sugar can help you live longer and better. Since it's linked to so many health problems, eliminating or reducing it from your diet is an investment in more years of life, with better quality and fewer diseases. Quitting sugar isn't easy, but as you can see, the benefits are enormous. It's well worth making the effort, thinking about how much your health will improve, both inside and out. So, did you like the benefits of quitting sugar? Share with us in the comments. Step 1. Review your habits to start reducing sugar in your life. The first step is to review your eating habits. This might seem a bit tedious at first, but it's essential to understand where sugar is hiding in your diet. The first step is to look closely at the labels of the foods you buy. Sugar can appear under many different names, such as sucrose, glucose, fructose, and corn syrup. When you're at the grocery store, pick up any product, like a salad dressing or cereal, and check the ingredients list. If you find sugar or any of these other names, it means sugar is present in that food. After checking the labels, it's time to identify the foods and drinks you regularly consume that contain sugar. This might include sodas, fruit juices, cakes, cookies, and even foods that don't seem to have sugar, like certain types of bread and sauces. Make a list of everything you find. This will help you clearly see where sugar is hiding in your diet. Also, pay attention to the portions you usually consume. Sometimes, even a small amount of sugar can add up throughout the day. For example, a spoonful of sugar in your coffee might seem like little, but if you drink coffee several times a day, it can add up quite a bit. Try to estimate how much sugar you consume with each meal and snack. Remember that sugar isn't just present in sweets and drinks. It can also be hidden in processed foods like ready-made sauces, canned foods, and even some types of bread. So, read labels carefully and pay attention to the nutritional information. It's also important to assess your fruit consumption. While fruits contain natural sugars, which are different from added sugars found in processed products, it's good to eat fruit in moderation. Choosing options with less sugar and balancing them with other healthy foods can be a good strategy. If you're having trouble identifying where sugar is entering your diet, consider keeping a food diary for a few days. Write down everything you eat and drink, then analyze it to see if you can identify patterns or habits that include a lot of sugar. This can give you a clearer and more detailed view of your consumption. If you need extra help, don't hesitate to consult a nutritionist or dietitian. They can guide you in identifying sugar sources and help create a plan to reduce your intake. Finally, set realistic goals to reduce your sugar consumption. If you find out that you're drinking 3 sodas a week, for example, try cutting down to 2, and then to 1. Each small step is important and contributes to reaching your ultimate goal of reducing sugar. Reviewing your eating habits is a fundamental step in cutting sugar from your life. By identifying where sugar is hiding, you can start making gradual and positive changes to your diet. Remember, this is a journey, and with patience and determination, you'll be able to achieve your health goals. Step 2. Gradually reduce sugar consumption. Now that you've reviewed your eating habits and identified where sugar is hiding, the next step is to gradually reduce your sugar intake. You don't need to make drastic changes all at once. In fact, changing gradually can make the process easier and more sustainable. Start by reducing the amount of sugar you add to drinks. If you usually put 2 spoons of sugar in your coffee, try reducing it to 1.5 spoons in the first week. Then, the following week, reduce it even more until you can drink your coffee with less or no sugar. This might be a bit challenging at first, but over time, your taste buds will adjust. Additionally, if you use sugar in other foods and recipes, start decreasing the amount of sugar you add. For example, if you're making a cake and the recipe calls for a cup of sugar, try using just 3/4 of a cup and see how it turns out. You'll often find that you can still enjoy the flavor of foods with less sugar. Another area to reduce sugar is in beverages. Many people don't realize how much sugar they're consuming in sodas and juices. Start by replacing these drinks with healthier alternatives. Water, unsweetened teas, and lemon water are great options. If you're used to drinking soda every day, try replacing it with sparkling water or unsweetened iced tea. Also, pay attention to the snacks you consume. Instead of opting for cookies or sweets, choose healthier options like fresh fruit, nuts, or natural yogurt. These snacks not only have less sugar but also provide important nutrients for your body. When reducing sugar, it's also important to be aware of your emotions and habits. Often, we eat sweets as a form of comfort or reward. Instead, look for other ways to reward and enjoy yourself, such as taking a walk outside, reading an interesting book, or practicing a hobby you love. It's helpful to create a gradual reduction plan. For example, if you usually eat a sweet after every meal, start by eliminating one of those sweets each week and replacing it with something healthy. Over time, continue reducing until your sugar intake has significantly decreased. Remember that gradual reduction helps avoid intense cravings and makes the transition smoother. If you cut out sugar too quickly, you might experience withdrawal symptoms like irritability and fatigue. Reducing slowly allows your body to adjust more naturally. If you find yourself struggling to reduce sugar on your own, consider seeking support from friends or family. Sharing your goals with someone can help keep you motivated and provide additional support. Over time, these small adjustments will add up and make a big difference in your health. Every reduction in sugar consumption is a step in the right direction and will help you achieve a healthier, more balanced life. Step 3. Replace sugar with natural alternatives. In Step 3, we're going to talk about how to replace sugar with natural alternatives. Many people find eliminating sugar to be a big challenge, especially because it's present in many foods and drinks we enjoy. But the good news is that there are several natural alternatives that can help satisfy your sweet cravings without compromising your health. Start by getting to know the most common natural alternatives. Honey is one of these options. It's a natural sweetener that can be used instead of sugar in many recipes. Honey contains vitamins and minerals that refined sugar does not, and it can add a special flavor to your foods. However, remember that honey is still a form of sugar, so use it in moderation. Another natural sweetener is stevia. Stevia is a plant whose leaves are used to make a calorie-free sweetener. It's much sweeter than sugar, so you only need a small amount to sweeten your drinks and foods. Stevia doesn't raise blood sugar levels, making it a good choice for those trying to control diabetes. Xylitol and erythritol are other natural sweeteners you might consider. These are known as sugar alcohols and have fewer calories than regular sugar. Xylitol has a taste very similar to sugar and can be used in cake and cookie recipes. Erythritol has a sweet taste and is often used in sugar-free confectionery products. When you start using these sweeteners, it's a good idea to test them to see how they work in your recipes. You may need to adjust the quantities to get the desired taste. Additionally, some people may have a reaction to xylitol and erythritol, so it's important to start with small amounts and see how you feel. Besides sweeteners, you can use spices to add a sweet flavor to your foods without using sugar. Cinnamon, for example, can be sprinkled on fruits, cereals, or even coffee to add a sweet and warm flavor. Other spices like nutmeg and vanilla can also be used to create a natural sweet taste. Try adding fresh or dried fruits to naturally sweeten your foods. Fruits like apples, bananas, and dates have a natural sweetness that can replace sugar in many recipes. You can use these fruits in smoothies, yogurts, or even as a healthy snack. Remember, when replacing sugar with natural alternatives, it's important to check product labels. Some sweeteners may contain additives or additional ingredients that aren't as healthy as they seem. Choosing pure and natural products is always the best choice. Finally, it's helpful to experiment and discover which alternatives work best for you. Sometimes, a combination of different sweeteners and spices can create a sweet flavor you'll love without the negative effects of refined sugar. By following these tips, you can significantly reduce the amount of sugar in your diet while still enjoying sweet flavors. In the next step, we'll discuss how to add fiber to your diet to help with satiety and better control your blood sugar levels. But before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like on this video yet. If you're enjoying the content and want to see more videos like this, give us a like on the channel. Your thumbs up is very important to us and helps us keep bringing you the best content. Step 4. Remove sweets and sugar from your home. In Step 4, we're going to talk about the importance of removing sweets and sugar from your home. It may seem simple, but this can make a big difference in your journey to stop eating sugar. When you have less access to sugary foods at home, it's easier to resist temptation and make healthier choices. First, take a look at your pantry and fridge. Check all the items that contain added sugar, such as cookies, cakes, sodas, and even some processed foods that may have hidden sugar. The idea is to clean your home of these items that can tempt you and make it harder to stick to your new sugar-free diet. You can start by gradually removing these foods. You don't have to throw everything away at once, especially if you don't want to waste food. Instead, as you finish the foods you already have, don't replace them with more sugar. This gives you time to get used to the absence of sugar without creating a big financial impact. Also, it's a good idea to avoid buying sweets and sugary products when you go grocery shopping. If you don't have them at home, it will be easier not to eat these foods. If you feel like having something sweet, opt for fresh fruits, which are naturally sweet and offer many health benefits. Creating a healthy environment at home is an important step in maintaining control over your diet. If you live with others, talk to them about your decision to eliminate sugar and ask for their support. Having the understanding and cooperation of those you live with can make a big difference. Explain the reasons and how this will benefit not only you but everyone in the house. It's also helpful to find healthy substitutes for those moments when you would typically have a sweet treat. For example, you can prepare healthy snacks like a mix of nuts, natural yogurt with fruit, or even make homemade recipes that don't use sugar. Keeping these snacks on hand can help satisfy the craving for something sweet without resorting to sugar. If you have kids, involve them in the process. Teach them about the benefits of reducing sugar and let them participate in choosing healthy snacks. This not only helps them develop good eating habits but also makes the change easier for everyone. Remember, the goal is to create an environment that supports your health goals. By keeping your home free of sugar, you're creating a space that makes it easier to follow your new diet and achieve your wellness goals. In the next step, we'll talk about the importance of talking to family and friends to get support on your journey. This support can be essential in maintaining your motivation and success in changing your eating habits. Step 5. Talk to the people you live with. Now that you've cleaned out your house and removed sugary foods and sweets, it's time to talk about the importance of discussing your decision with the people you live with. This step might seem a bit delicate, but it's essential for the success of your sugar-free journey. When you decide to stop eating sugar, especially in the beginning, it can be challenging to resist temptation, particularly if others in your household still consume these foods. Therefore, communicating with your family members or housemates is a crucial step. Explain to them why you're making this change and how it will benefit your health. Tell them about the benefits you hope to achieve, such as more energy, better blood sugar control, and healthier skin. Discuss the importance of having a supportive environment and how their cooperation can make it easier for you to adapt to a sugar-free diet. Sometimes, having someone to share the process with can make a big difference. If you live with people who consume sugar, ask them to avoid eating sugary foods or sweets in front of you, at least for a while. This doesn't mean they need to completely change their eating habits, but they can help create a more favorable environment for you. The goal is to reduce temptations and create a space where you can focus on your new eating choices. If the conversation feels a bit difficult, don't worry. Stay focused on the health benefits and the support you need to achieve your goals. Most people will be willing to help, especially if they understand how important this is for you. Additionally, try to establish a support system. This might include talking to friends and family about your decision and asking them to get involved in the process. If someone offers you a meal or snack, don't hesitate to let them know that you're avoiding sugar and suggest healthy alternatives that could be offered. Having a support network can be very helpful. If you're feeling tempted, it can be comforting to know that someone is there to support you and remind you of the reasons you started this journey. Sometimes, just knowing you have someone by your side can make the change feel easier and less lonely. Step 6. Stay hydrated. Now that you've talked to the people around you and created a more supportive environment, it's time to discuss the importance of hydration. Staying well hydrated is a simple but crucial step in your journey to quit sugar. Water is essential for the proper functioning of your body. It helps keep your organs working well, improves digestion, and keeps your skin healthy. Additionally, our brain often confuses thirst with hunger. This can lead you to feel like eating something when your body actually needs water. To ensure you're drinking enough water, a good rule of thumb is to consume at least 30 milliliters of water for every kilogram of your body weight. For example, If you weigh 70 kilograms, you should drink about 2.1 liters of water per day. Spread this amount throughout the day, drinking water at different times, to stay consistently hydrated. Proper hydration can help control hunger and reduce cravings for sweets. Sometimes, when we're dehydrated, our body may send signals that feel like hunger, leading us to eat something sweet unnecessarily. Drinking water regularly helps prevent this confusion and keeps you feeling full. Step 7. Replace sugar with natural sweeteners. It's time to talk about a helpful trick that can make your transition easier: replacing sugar with natural sweeteners. Sometimes, it's hard to completely give up the sweet taste we enjoy, and that's where natural sweeteners come into play. They can be an excellent alternative to reducing the amount of sugar you consume without giving up the pleasure of a sweet touch. There are several types of natural sweeteners available, and many of them can be a healthier option. Among the most popular are stevia, xylitol, and erythritol. Let's take a closer look at each of them. Stevia, a natural sweetener derived from the leaves of the stevia plant. Stevia is known for being much sweeter than sugar, but with no calories. It doesn't raise blood sugar levels, making it a popular choice for those managing diabetes or simply looking to reduce calorie intake. Xylitol, a sweetener that resembles regular sugar but contains fewer calories. Xylitol is naturally found in fruits and vegetables. It has a smaller impact on blood sugar levels than sugar, making it an interesting option for people who need to control their blood sugar. Erythritol, another natural sweetener that looks like sugar but with almost no calories. Erythritol is well tolerated by the body and doesn't cause spikes in blood sugar. It can be a good choice for those looking for a low-calorie alternative. Replacing sugar with these sweeteners can help satisfy your sweet tooth without compromising your health. They can be used in various recipes, such as cakes, coffees, teas, and even savory dishes. Try adding them to your foods and drinks to see how you like them. It's important to note that although natural sweeteners are a healthier option, it's always good to use them in moderation. Even natural sweeteners can have an effect on your body, especially if consumed in large quantities. A practical tip is to start replacing sugar with natural sweeteners in your favorite recipes. If you enjoy coffee or tea, try adding a little stevia or erythritol instead of sugar. You can also use xylitol in cake and dessert recipes. Step 8. Eat the protein on your plate first. Now that you've learned about replacing sugar with natural sweeteners, let's talk about a practical tip that can greatly help in your journey to reduce sugar intake: starting your meal with protein. This simple strategy can make a big difference in your satiety and control of your calorie intake. When you serve yourself a plate of food, a good idea is to start with the protein. This means that instead of beginning with rice, pasta, or other carbohydrates, start with the chicken, fish, or any other protein source you're eating. This can be very helpful in controlling the total amount of food you consume. Why is this important? When you consume protein first, your body starts to release hormones that signal that you are full. This means you may end up eating fewer carbohydrates and sweets during the meal, which helps control calorie intake and keeps blood sugar levels more stable. Here's an easy way to apply this tip. When preparing your plate, first place a portion of protein, then add the carbohydrates and vegetables. If you're eating a plate of rice, beans, and meat, serve the meat first. Then, place a smaller amount of rice and beans on the plate. This helps ensure that you don't overdo the carbohydrates and avoid the urge to eat something sweet right after the meal. This approach has other benefits too. Since proteins are digested more slowly than carbohydrates, they help keep you feeling full for longer. This means you may feel satisfied for a longer time and have less desire to reach for sweets or snacks between meals. Another advantage is that eating protein first can help prevent blood sugar spikes. Simple carbohydrates, like those found in sweets and processed foods, can cause rapid increases in blood sugar levels. By starting your meal with protein, you help stabilize these levels and reduce the craving for sweet foods. Try doing this in your next meals and see how you feel. It may be a small change, but it can have a big impact on your health and your ability to maintain a sugar-free diet. Step 9. Replace sugar with spices. Now that you know how to start your meal with proteins, let's explore a tasty and healthy way to replace sugar: using spices. This can be a fun and effective trick to make your meals more flavorful without relying on sugar. Spices like cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg are fantastic options for adding a sweet and aromatic touch to your foods and drinks without the need for sugar. These spices have a natural flavor that can satisfy your craving for something sweet and also bring health benefits. Let's start with cinnamon, a very popular spice. Cinnamon is known for its pleasant aroma and potential to help regulate blood sugar levels. You can sprinkle cinnamon powder over fruits like apples and pears, or even in your coffee. It adds a sweet and warm flavor without the need for sugar. Another interesting spice is nutmeg. It has a warm and slightly sweet flavor that pairs well with a variety of foods, from sweet potatoes to porridge. Nutmeg is great for creating a natural sweet taste without adding sugar. Cloves are also an excellent choice. Their intense flavor can be a perfect complement to fruit compotes, teas, and even savory dishes. In addition to adding flavor, cloves have antioxidant properties that can benefit your health. These spices not only help reduce the amount of sugar you consume, but also offer other benefits. For example, cinnamon can help reduce inflammation and improve digestion. Cloves are known for their antimicrobial and antioxidant properties. Incorporating these spices into your diet can be a tasty and healthy way to season your meals. If you enjoy desserts, you can use these spices in cake and sweet recipes that typically contain sugar. Try adding a pinch of cinnamon instead of sugar in your cake and muffin recipes. This can significantly reduce the sugar content without compromising the flavor. It's important to remember that when using spices, you should still be mindful of the amount you're consuming. Although they are a healthy alternative to sugar, balance is key. Use them in moderation and combine them with a diet rich in fiber, protein, and other nutrients. Step 10. Avoid using sugar as a reward. We've reached the final step of our journey to reduce sugar in your life, and it's a crucial one. Avoid using sugar as a reward. Often, we associate sweets with a reward for something we've done or as a way to comfort ourselves. This can make sugar a significant part of our day, even when we're trying to cut it out. Imagine you've just made a great effort, like finishing a project or getting through a tough day, and the first thing that comes to mind is the reward of a sweet treat. This is common, but it's essential to change this mindset if you really want to reduce your sugar intake. Using sugar as a reward can create a cycle where you feel drawn to eat more sweets to feel good. This cycle can be hard to break because the immediate pleasure that sugar provides is very tempting. However, it's important to remember that short-term satisfaction can come at a cost to your long-term health. Instead of turning to sugar as a reward, try finding other ways to reward yourself that don't involve food. It can be something as simple as taking time to do something you really enjoy, like watching a movie, reading a book, or going for a walk. These activities can provide a sense of accomplishment and well-being without the need for sweets. If you're just starting to adopt this new habit, it might be helpful to create a list of alternatives that you can use as rewards. For example, you could plan a small getaway to a place you like, buy an item you've wanted for a while, or even set aside time for a hobby you love. These rewards are healthy and help create a new form of pleasure that isn't associated with sugar. Additionally, it's important to recognize and celebrate your successes along the way. If you manage to control your sugar intake for a certain period, celebrate your achievements in a way that doesn't involve food. This might include a special day to relax or doing something you truly love. Remember that changing habits takes time and patience. You might encounter challenges along the way, but by focusing on healthy rewards and finding other ways to celebrate your victories, you'll be better prepared to maintain a sugar-free lifestyle sustainably. Thank you for watching this far. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep receiving new content. See you in the next video.